Hey guys, so I'm back from classes, ready to teach you Matt's part for Legends of Archery from the Expert EP. And as far as me and my very musically oriented friend Robert are concerned, this is exactly how they play it. So if I'm going to assume that you've watched the first lesson, that you know that this hand shape is crucial to the whole song and how it's played and how it's written. So much like how Craig plays the Matt plays something very similar at the same time, so you almost can't even hear it. But rather what he does is he alternates between, he does the same string alternation, so, except he will mute this string and that note. A bit like that. And it really does not make much of a difference. I guess he does it just to vary up the mix. But, you know, if you and your other guitar friend playing Craig's part decide to, you know, both do the same thing, it's not going to hurt the sound that much. And that pretty much goes on right up until the I'm an expert part of the I'm an expert. And at that point, he goes to the 5th fret of the A string to the 8th to the 13th, and then back to the 8th, and then back to the 5th, back to the 8th, except this time rather than going up to the 13th, we go to the 6th, so. Bear in mind, that's all on the same string. So hopefully you'll be able to figure that out. If I'm not being very clear, if I have to remake this video, I will, if people are telling me I'm being stupid. So after, you know, you can always expect, I already know, the second time, both go into the, again, I think Matt just does the, but it doesn't matter at all. And eventually this builds up to the, you know, the da 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 da, and Craig will keep playing the, but Matt will slowly build up and play it like a chord, except now there's the addition of the 4th string, that is the D string, on the 8th fret, so it'll sound, so still the Willy Wonka song, just with the addition of one lower note. Da 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 da. And occasionally he'll add that to the mix on certain beats. You'll have to listen to hear where that is. And at this point, we go into the breakdown. Now, there are 2 phases to the breakdown. I've showed, so basically 2 riffs that are played. For Craig, first it goes, and then the second phase for him goes. So that's his first and his second phase. First I'm going to show you, obviously we're going in sequential order, so I'm going to show you Matt's first phase. Now he plays sort of a lead thing based off the G minor scale, so far as I understand it. I'm really bad with music theory. So you start on G, that is the 3rd fret, 6th string. This may be kind of hard to follow. And that is the A string open, A string 1st fret, and that is the D string, D string 3rd fret, and then open. So, okay, all right. So then you start again at G, except rather this time instead of playing open, you play 5th fret A. So, and then open. What I'm doing there is I'm going back to the 5th fret, the A string, and this time to the 7th, and following that to the 7th fret of the D string, and then open. So thus far what you should have is this. And then from there, that is the 8th fret of the A string, 10th fret of the D string, so the 8th of the A, and then the 8th of the D string. So then 7th of the D string, 8th of the A string, 5th of the A string, and finally 7th of the D string. Lots of uhs and ums in this, and then open. So I'm just going to run through it really slowly in case that bored you to tears. Okay, so that should line up like really well with when Craig plays the, and his should go along very nicely with the, so that, yeah, they should be in sync. So you do that twice, and then once Craig starts doing his, the point where I described it as it really starts to cook in the last video, this is where it gets really crazy. Matt plays a very strange technique. I'm going to try and make sure that my fingers, my strumming hand and my fretting fingers are in frame, because it's kind of hard to explain. Basically, you're kind of doing this without any regard for any open strings being played. You're trying to go between. Now I'm going to try and break that down. 8th string, 8th fret, A string. 10th fret, D string. A string, this is getting very confusing. 8th fret, 12th string, the D. 12th fret of the D string. so D. And the way that he does it, he plays without any regard, so it's somewhere between like a mute and kind of doing that. So it should sound something like this. Well, let me try that again. So after you've done that 3 times, we do the notes I played before. Except now it should sound like something like that. So you do that twice. So I'm gonna run through it again. And immediately following that, you go right back into, or, but you know, that doesn't have the same power, so fuck it, just go. Oh shoot, I hope kids aren't watching this. So that was about it for Craig's part, like about this point in the song, but there's one more thing from Matt. So yeah. So they play that part together, and then Matt does a build-up. Like before, you know, he does that. And then from there he transitions into a G sharp, that is that is the 6th fret, 6th string. Well, I mean, it's, you know, it's a pretty basic power chord. I won't really burn into that. Jesus, it's been like almost 9 minutes. So this is being played while Craig is reiterating the da 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 da. Over that you'll be playing, so this, yeah, pardon me, that's an A sharp. Da, 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 da. Then you go up here to play a regular D power chord. And this is a bit wonky. It's like somewhere between. So I'm just going to explain because it's not even really like a power chord. So that is the 8th fret, I believe, if I'm looking at this right. Yeah. 8th fret for the 6th and the 5th string, so the E and the A string. And then the 10th fret for the 4th string, or the D string. So kind of like if you're about to play a minor chord. So notice the difference. You're not playing. I'm trying to position my fingers. So a bit like that. So I'll play it through a few times, like. Da 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 da. So you hear that difference rather than. that one note is the only difference. So da 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 da. And from this point, just like how Craig plays the whoops right up until the end of the song, you play that A sharp right to the end of it, that A sharp power chord. Okay, man, my back is starting to kill me standing here for so long. I hope that wasn't too boring. I didn't really do notes or anything before I started this video. I just kind of jumped into it. So if it's boring you to tears, let me know. I'll maybe remake it, or if not, I really hope it was helpful. Thanks.